Hi, welcome back to Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the King of Vessels and the Heron. And meditating on this card today, I'm fortunate enough to live in an area where I get to see some herons every once in a while, especially white ones. The blue ones are nice, the green ones are nice, but I see a white one, and that could be an egret, maybe not a heron, but anyways, as a friend of mine would say, that this is George, so say hi to George, the King of Vessels, the Heron. This card is gifted with psychic perception, and anytime I draw this card up and I meditate on it, I think about, all right, what kind of message am I going to get from the king today? What kind of message am I going to get as far as psychic perception around something? Whether it's around a person, or whether it's around the card, or meditation, or just sitting still, listening to nature, and it's just amazing the world that we live in. With all the hustle bustle that's going out there, if we just take time just to listen to the birds chirp, you can hear what they're saying. Take time to watch the animals in the swamp behind me, and it's just awesome. Just to watch wildlife. Now, the heron is also the guardian between life and death, and we see this in a couple cards. We see this in the wheel card. We see this in the mirror card. With that. The guardian between life and death. You've got some that are guardians of soldiers, and some that are guardians of the undead. But this is, the heron is actually, the guardian between life and death. He's in that veil between the two, helping transport, those that are moving from, this world to the other world. If this is, with water, with vessels, this is all about water energy, emotions, psychic ability. And the heron is a mediator on the soul's journey. So, those that are moving on will probably meet a heron. And, he'll be their guide going from this world to the other world. This king is very fair, honest, and honorable, and he has self-control. He controls his own feelings. He controls his psychic perception, to help guide him, and guide the advice that he has. If this is a person in your life, it's a mentor who is very tolerant of their feelings, tolerant of other people's feelings. He's not impatient. He's not patient, but he's going to tell it like it is. All right, and he's going to tell you. Where you need to quell your emotions, where you need to, kick back, right? And he's going to do so in a peaceful demeanor, one where it's not going to, be upsetting. He's going to have you think through things. He's going to have to talk you through things to understand this. And he's also going to be, somebody that is a catalyst to help people gel, all right, to come together. An aspect, you could probably look at it as he's a diplomat, or, he's promoting equality, but he's also there to offer support. And then, for an event, could be support networks, cancer survivors, leukemia, lymphoma, those type of networks, where, people are there to help support other people to get through things. Hospice is another one. And, the questions that he asks, as all the court cards ask, is, where do you need to be more tolerant? Going throughout your day, where do you need to be more tolerant? Could it be with that conversation you had with a loved one? Could it be, putting up with something that, could be, itching at the back of your neck, waiting to get out? Where do you need to be more tolerant? And, as we go through the rest of the cards, the Great Bear, where do you need to be more tolerant with the judgment, right? With being able to, move from this world into the other world. Okay? Where do you need to be more tolerant with your feelings, with your emotions? The Page of Bows is asking who is offering you that opportunity. If somebody's offered you an opportunity, and you're sitting there thinking about it, where do you need to be more tolerant as far as, letting your feelings show? Do you need to be tolerant in that aspect? With balance, where do you need to be tolerant around balance? Finding that balance within. We've talked about this a lot here in the last 2 weeks. All right, finding that balance within, finding that balance with the universe, finding that balance with work, finding that balance with your emotions. Where do you need to be more tolerant with that? Maybe let some feelings show every once in a while. The Knight of Stones, where do you need to push through? The Knight's there to show you your path. So here you got a Knight, a Page, and a King, all on your path here. And the Knight of Stones says, where do you need to push through? Where do you need to push through to find that balance? And as you're pushing through to find that balance, how is your tolerance level? The Sun of Life. Are you taking enough of that energy in to replenish your own cups? Somebody stealing some of that energy? You need to say something to that person. Take that negative energy out of here. Where do you need to be tolerant in how you say something like that? Could just be, hey, I appreciate you coming in here with a positive attitude, one that gives life, not takes life. And just say it like that. Be fair, honest, and have self-control over that. And then when you're looking within with that hooded man, you need to be tolerant with yourself. You need to be saying to yourself, why are you getting yourself all riled up over this? And just look at it and just say, hey, how's this serving? Is it giving you energy? Is it taking energy away? Is it lifting you up or is it dragging you down? Where's the tolerance in that within your own self? And then the other question that he asks is, who's depending on you for support? He wants to support the cause that you have out there. He wants to support, with all the balance that we had last week, he wants to support that balance going on. All right. He wants you to be balanced. This king does in all aspects. As that hooded man, he wants you to be balanced within. So, who's depending on you for support for this? If you're looking within and you're looking at your fears and doubts, then those that are relying on you, you're not supporting them because you're looking in here instead of looking out all over the place. Who's depending on you for that support? If you're looking within, you're not looking without. Turn that inside out. Quell those fears, quell those self-doubts. Get out there and help somebody do what they need to do. And that's going to show you where your support is. Who's showing you the support for giving them strength, giving them stamina, giving them positive energy? A loved one, coworker. What is holding you back in giving that support? What is holding you back in showing that support on somebody else? Okay. Now the horse is looking in the past, and the King of Vessels is looking that way as well. It's looking towards the last 7 days. Who's depending on you for support to stay balanced, to be that even keel, to be that rock, right? To be in that, as the King of Vessels is that promotes equality, right? Promotes good and bad, promotes light and sun. All right. Who's depending on you for support for that? Being their rock, being the stability for them. The Page of Bows is asking, how would things change if you engaged with this? If somebody's waiting on you, depending on you, and you're not engaged with it, it's going to give them a bad feeling. You're going to say, I can't rely on this person. I can't that person's not responsible enough to do this job. And if that puts some self, some fear and some self doubts in your head, that's another thing that hooded man wants you to look at. You know, but ask yourself the question: if you engaged at this, what would happen? What would happen if you engaged with that balance and moved it forward, pushed that needle forward? And then the great bear is sitting there saying, "Don't be judgmental." If you're judgmental about something going on in your life, chances are you're not going to support it. Now, is that letting somebody else down? Is that letting another family member down? Is that giving them an opportunity? It's not fair to that person to be judgmental on them, and you're not supporting the person that you're both supposed to be working for or working with. So that's the card of the day, the King of Vessels. I hope it makes sense. I'm just speaking from heart right now, speaking from spirit, and hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. This is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.